Hey everyone! Thanks for tuning in to RVing with Joe. This is my introductory video, my first episode of this brand new YouTube channel. I've been RVing for a lot of years. I thought it'd be cool to do a channel about it. I've done one other channel. I'll talk about that in a minute. And I thought the best thing for me to do is just to start with an introduction about who I am and why the heck you'd want to watch my channel over all the other great RV channels that are out there. So I grew up mostly in California. That's where I met my wife. We both lived locally to a place called Industrial Light and Magic. That's George Lucas's special effects house. So we got our careers started there, and the first month we both started, we met there. So we worked our first 8 years of our career there, really grew up inside Industrial Light and Magic, which was a blessed experience to be around all those Star Wars creators and great artists. I ended up going into IT. My wife ended up going into production, where she's a producer today, and I'm a solutions architect dealing with technical issues for a lot of the visual effects and animation studios. After 8 years at ILM, we decided to do something that most people our age weren't doing at that time, and that was, let's go ahead and put everything in the storage and get an RV and go travel around the country for as long as we can. So we did just that. We got an RV trailer and dived straight in. Our very first experience in RVing was as full-timers. We didn't have any gradual ramp up, but we learned a lot. It proved to be very flexible to be in an RV lifestyle because the industry we're in is rather nomadic. People are moving between Los Angeles, San Francisco, Vancouver, the East Coast, and having an RV makes it much easier to move around the country. And as such, over the last 18 years, that RV lifestyle has allowed us to tour across 20 states and provinces across North America. We've lived in at least 4 different states and provinces, but you can't keep driving forever. And so over the last decade, we've settled here in Vancouver, British Columbia. We gained our Canadian citizenship. So alongside our U.S. citizenship, it really opens up the vast majority of North America to our RV adventures. I did mention I have another YouTube channel, which I'll link right here. This channel that I do is very tailored towards the visual effects and animation industry. And so it has a very narrow focus, focused on just technology issues. If you have any interest in the technology behind visual effects and animation, well, I urge you to go check it out. But I decided to pivot a little bit to what I'm even more passionate about, and that is RVs and RVing. So far, we've owned 2 trailers. We started off with a late 90s model Thor Tahoe that we got in 2004 used. We had that for about 10 years. And then once we moved up to Canada, we switched out with a brand new Keystone Bullet in 2015, which we had for about 7 years and recently got rid of. Now we're embarking upon the third RV. It's going to be a new RV. And using this channel, I'm going to show you the process that I went through to decide on what's going to be the next RV I purchase, why I went with the one I went with, and you can come along on the journey with me. Now that I'm going to be adding this second RV channel, the first thing I had to ask myself is, well, why am I doing this? And really, it's to share the knowledge, the same reason why I did my first channel. Over the last 18 years, I've learned what not to do the hard way. I've ruined awnings. I've had leaky roof issues. I've had my black tanks overflow into my trailer. I've poked a hole in my black tank before. I've had numerous blowouts, had to deal with an RV fire. I've had to deal with border searches and checkpoints. I've even been stuck off-road in the desert in sand, dozens of miles from anyone around, trying to figure out how I'm going to deal with 40-degree temperatures and a generator that just keeps overheating. But on the flip side, I got to drive across the whole continent. I got to sleep at Disney World. I got to sleep next to the Golden Gate Bridge. I've camped alongside the Pacific, the Atlantic, and the Gulf of Mexico. And I'm hoping to camp near the Arctic Ocean here in the coming year. More to come on that. I've had the honor and the privilege of being able to drive in deeply spiritual Native American lands down in the United States, such as Monument Valley and other areas of the Navajo lands. Up here in the unceded areas of the First Nations here in Canada, I've been able to tread lightly as I can across all the lands here. BC is a wealth of campsites and roads and places to go and explore nature. It's an RVer's dream up here in BC. When I got up here, I had no idea what I was in for. But basically, all of British Columbia is built for trucking and industries and resource extraction. And as a result, everywhere there's roads, those roads generally can handle an RV because they can handle the big rig. But now that I am in BC, I've had to upgrade my truck to a four-wheel drive truck. I need to upgrade my trailer, which we're going to be talking about in coming videos. It's not the kind of place you want to take your park model RV out into the Forest Service roads and the deep backcountry of British Columbia. And like I said, if I'm going to make it all the way past the Arctic Circle to the Arctic Ocean, I'm going to need a trailer and a truck that can really handle the task. So in these coming videos, I hope you can join me. I'm going to share some cool tips. Hopefully this video is not just of the interest of RV owners, but anyone interested in the whole idea of getting out there. When I talk to lots of people about heading out in the open road and the fun we have with our RV trailer, the ability to have our bed, bathroom, and kitchen alongside with us wherever we go, they start to really see the pleasure in that. And they sort of dream alongside me on how cool that would be. And really, I would love to help anyone who's interested in getting to RVing a path to trying it out. I'll be talking about in the next couple episodes that you can rent and do things just to try it out and see if you like it and see if it's something you're into. In fact, I wouldn't get into it unless you're sure that you want to get into it. We jumped head first in by becoming full-timers from the get-go, but I don't necessarily recommend that for everyone. So please join me and my wife, who's also named Joe, and our two dogs, Lizzie and Linus, as we travel around British Columbia and really all of North America and share with you the knowledge that we've learned, the knowledge that we keep learning, and hopefully we can hear from you all and get some knowledge sent our way. There's a wealth of really great YouTube channels out there for RVing. In fact, some of my favorite YouTube channels are about RVing. And hopefully, if this channel is successful, I can humbly join alongside the great YouTube content creators out there in the RV community and add my little bit to the vast information store that they've created already out there. If you are all interested in RVing, I promise you some of the great videos are out there, and I hope to rise to the challenge to provide rich content to everybody out there. So again, please subscribe to the channel, give me a chance. Hopefully you like this video, and hopefully you like the ones coming up. Thanks.